Happy Valentine's Day-ish, my little benders. This is Jackie, your NerdECrafter. This week's tutorial is kind of Valentine's Day themed, and I didn't want to do the classical hearts or flowers tutorial, so I decided to go with something Avatar. Many of you have requested Avatar, so I decided this is the perfect time to do Katara's betrothal necklace. This is a really easy tutorial, so anyone can do it. If you're a guy and you offer this to your girlfriend, be careful what message you're sending. And girls, if you want to make this, it's totally cute. Now stay tuned at the end of the video, I'm featuring some of your creations. Here's what you'll need for this project. Blue, gold or yellow, rounded and pointy tools, a kuta, a good strong glue, a bottle cap. You can take this from a water bottle or a pop bottle, doesn't matter. Dark blue ribbon, Q-tips and some rubbing alcohol, a thread and needle, and stick-on velcro patches. The first thing you're going to do is make this perfect little circle with your blue clay. Once you have your perfect circle, place it on an extra sheet of wax paper, then take a hardcover book and push down. What that's going to do is create a perfect circular piece, and it's going to be flat on top, so it's going to be easier to work with. So just place it and push it down. If this is the size that you want, then you can stop right there. Otherwise you can push down and it'll create a larger circle. Slowly peel it off the book. Once you have your flattened piece, take your bottle cap, center it as much as possible, and then lightly push down. We don't want to cut anything, we just want to create a border in the circle. There you go. From here on, your rounded tool is going to be very important. What you're going to do is take your rounded tool and go around this rim of circle and make it slightly wider and a little deeper. So far so good. Now with your pointy tool, you're going to draw 3 tips of waves on top here. And then once you're happy with the shape, go in with your rounded tool and make the indents much deeper. I suggest that you start with the one in the middle and then make the other ones on each side. Now once you finish the first set of waves, take your Q-tip, dip it in some rubbing alcohol, and start cleaning up the mess. Now just take your rounded tool again and go where the areas may have closed in. Ta-da! Now what you're going to do are 3 squiggly lines under the tips of the waves. If a little speck of something comes off when you're making this, remove it each time and continue. This is what's going to keep your piece as clean as possible. Now take your alcoholic Q-tip and clean up the mess again. Ta-da! Now the last thing we need to do for this piece before we bake it is the bail. Now if you have a real bail, go for it. Otherwise we're going to make it out of polymer clay. From your gold color, you're going to flatten out a kind of rectangle. Not really, but kind of. Take your cutter, cut one end flat, and then you're going to go at an angle on each side. Now make this part here slimmer. Take your pendant, place it on top, and push it down. Now you're going to leave enough clay so that you can wrap this piece right behind the pendant, like so. Now before we bake it, we need to do one last thing. Take your needle and push it through the back of the pendant. We're going to bake it in with the needle, so don't worry about that. And you're going to wiggle it a little bit around because we're going to thread this piece on the ribbon, like so. Now bake according to package instructions. Now while your piece is baking, take your ribbon, measure it around your neck, leave at least 1.5 inches extra. Once you have your measured piece, you're going to put the shiny side facing down. And since the piece will be closing this way, you're going to be putting one part of your stick-on velcro here and then the other part here so that they meet once you turn them around. When putting your velcro, I highly suggest you put a little bit of glue behind there just to help it stick more. Here it is all baked. Now I took out the needle because it came out very easily. Now you're going to spread out your ribbon, find the center, place your pendant, and start sewing it in from the back only. If you're a wee child, make sure that you have a parent supervising or doing this part for you. Once you've done the turn at least 3-4 times, take your needle and seal the back with some knots. Here it is. Now in no way am I a seamstress, so if I could do it, you can do it. And this is what it looks like from the front. Now, it's up to you if you want to put a darker blue paint and then wash it off, or if you want to glaze it. Personally, I wouldn't glaze it. All done. So here's what it looks like. The pendant part does move, so it looks like it really is on a bell. And you can make it as tight as you'd like because this is a choker. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Remember, if you haven't added me on Facebook, Twitter, DeviantArt, and Instagram, what are you waiting for? And if you have suggestions for future geeky tutorials, leave them in the comments section below. Next week's video is not a tutorial, but it's a really special occasion. So make sure you check it out next week. And now, as promised, time for your creations.